So see this, we should prove that the value of this determinant is equal to this one. Now if you observe it, there are two ways I can go about it. Since already numbers are given, see whenever numbers are directly given, we try to get as many zeros as possible across a row or a column and then try to expand it over that. In case if numbers are not given and if there are only variables, we try to add them up, some of the rows or columns, and see something as common and pull it out and get the numbers there and try to make them as zeros. Here we are lucky that already numbers are given, right? So what you can do is you can try to make as many values as zero as possible, okay, across a row or column. So now if you observe it, there are two ways I could go about it. So if you look at this row, the first row and third row, here there is 4 and 6. If I add 4 and 6, it is 10, and 2 into 5 is 10, and again 5 and 7, it is 12, and then 2 into 6 is 12, and 6 and 8 is 14, and then 2 into 7 is 14. So you can add up R1 plus R3 and then subtract 2 into R2. That is one way to go about it. Or you can even check the column wise. If you look at the column wise, if I add 4 and 6, it is 10, and then 2 into 5 is 10. So again 5 and 7 is 12, and then 2 into 6 is 12. So you can add up C1 and C3 and then subtract C2 from that. You can go anyway, right? So both are valid. Now what I am trying to do here is I'll add up C1 plus C3 and then subtract 2 into C2. So C1 plus C3 and then subtract 2 into C2 from that, right? And then replace it in place of C1. Then I got this. Okay. Now if you observe it, most of the values across the first column are 0. Then since most of the values are 0, I'm going to expand the determinant across that particular column. If I expand it across this column, then you are going to take every element and then multiply with its cofactor, right? So I'll take this and multiply with its cofactor. So all these are already zeros, you need not take it. You can take it and then multiply with the cofactor. Then what do we get? You have to remove this column and this row, and you have to take the determinant of this one. And since the position of this element is, fourth row and then first column, since it is 4 1, you have to multiply it with minus 1 power 4 plus 1 in order to find the cofactor. That is why I'm going to put minus here, because minus 1 power 5 is minus 1. And then take the element and find the determinant of the remaining, find this determinant. So this is what. Now again if you look at it, we can apply some modifications here. Now if you see this, if I add these two rows, 5 plus 7 is 12 and 6 plus 8 is 14. 2 into 6 is 12 and 2 into 7 is 14. Therefore I can add R1 plus R3 and then subtract 2 into R2. R1 plus R3 and then subtract 2 into R2, and you can put the resulting in the place of R1. So what do we get? This one, right? And again if you observe this, most of the elements of the first row are 0. Therefore I am going to expand it across the first row, the determinant, right? So if I try to expand it across the first row, it is nothing but these two elements you need not consider. You have to take this element and multiply with the cofactor. If I take this element and multiply with the cofactor, what is the position of this one? 1 comma 3, first row and third column, right? Now minus 1 power 1 plus 3 is nothing but 4. Minus 1 power 4 is plus 1. So we get this one. We have to take this one and then remove this row and this column, and the resulting matrix we are going to write it here, right? And we got this one. So entirely we got this one as the answer, right? So the value of the determinant is this one. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.